Hello, hello, hello. Greetings and salutations. Guess what time it is? It is time once again for D&D. Hello, hello, hello. Um, yep, we got everybody here. We're pretty much ready to roll. So, I guess without further ado, I hope you all's having a good day or night or whatever. And we're gonna pretty much just jump right in. I'm gonna do a roll call real quick and then we'll start. Well, speaking of background and ambiance, who can recall what happened last time?
I remember
And and you
I
know
made a
what?
deal with a devil or something.
I'll even say for one time only, I'll even give out an inspiration for the recapper because I'm feeling generous.
I'll give my best attempt. So we were exploring some more of the rooms. Specifically, two of the rooms that we found had a bunch of alcohol in it, and the second one, which Veldrin had located, had a big crate inside. And inside of that crate, which Veldrin had knocked, nothing responded. He returned to the group with the information about the crate, and Zed decides that it is his duty to open it. So he does, and out comes a troll, and it is only prepared. It's one track mind just to kill, but I believe Kozik is the only one that knows that because of his helmet. And we got the idea, or Veldred proposed the idea, people went along with it, to try and lead the troll towards where a bunch of automatons are currently deactivated. The thought being, like, we get close, they'll activate, it'll turn into a fight between the two of them. But things go not as planned, as Zeds proceeds to get pummeled horrendously. He already had to do some death saving throws and was able to roll a nat 20 and come back with a hit point, but he is separated from the rest of the group and in dire straits. I believe that's it.
Accurate.
When I think Velos had mentioned it a little bit, but yeah, the beginning of the session, he had
Yeah.
a dealing with
Mhm.
some sort of demonic entity.
That was the very understated part of the session.
Right, yeah. It was like, which is it's kind of funny. It got brushed under the rug. Just one of our party members just made a deal with a demon, and it's just kind of like moments later, no one's thinking about it because of the situation we're in.
Hmm.
Dramatically worsened, one might say.
Or dramatically more immediate.
The demon can be dealt with later.
All right. Belgian, get your inspiration, because you guys might need it, or you won't, and we just might be rolling up a new party. Anyway, so last we left off, it was almost like time had stopped, as the original plan, like you said, was to kite the troll into these deactivated automatons, to which Zed then decided to take the other route and say, find little one. Perhaps the last words you may ever hear from him. As the troll had been struck with a eldritch blast, which gave it just a slight little jaunt, which unfortunately for Zed was the exact amount of jaunt that was required to allow this thing to catch up to him. And as such, there is a towering figure over his head, a frenzy of claws and arms, with a singular intent on its mind. And with Zed basically being on the other side of this building, is the lone individual that it has to target. So, we pick up as the creature gets to make its attacks one at a time. As it comes barreling down the hallway, all whopping 20 feet of its movement.
Now, I feel like it should have some disadvantage on it, right?
I believe it was Steps of the Fae,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and that's until the start of your next turn. So all how many attacks was all? Let's see, 5 bite. Yeah, so all 6 of the attacks will be at disadvantage. However, if a single one hits, Zed will be in trouble. And it's barreling through, knocking over barrels, starting off with a bite.
You said it's going to hit the barrels?
Said knocking over barrels.
Hopeful thinking.
Attack. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
It comes charging down, shoving barrels over, just knocking them over, just unimpeded, as the bite just barely misses you. Tries to go for your shoulder, and you're just too short for it. It's an awkward angle. And then the claws. Claw number 1.
Oh man, I have the silvery barbs that.
Oh, what would it matter? I guess it would make it. Let's see. Yeah, it'd make a reroll.
Oh, it's
See-
double 20s. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even see that. Oh, would it? Yeah. How does that work? Makes you have to reroll it, right?
Uh, yes. It would still have to reroll. However, would you want to use a silvery barbs on this, as you have 1 hit point?
Uh, no.
Would you? It would, because don't forget, silvery barbs, as it used to be, probably still is. No, they took out the game, but
It gives advantage.
so it would give advantage, correct? So you can give yourself advantage for your upcoming death saving.
Yeah.
But that's up to you if you want to use a spell slot.
Haven't you got all sorts of luck and things like that too?
I've used almost everything.
Oh no.
um, it's just for the sake of it, yeah, I'm just gonna use all my resources. I'm gonna silvery barbs it, see what happens, and then I'll take the advantage because no one else can take it. No one's in range.
Alrighty. So reroll that. So let me read silver bars 1 sec. It must reroll the d20, not all of them. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think it's another disadvantage roll. I think it's just one d20.
1 roll, yep. I'll just click the button again. But we'll just make it normal.
That will hit.
Alright, and it is going to claw at you for
That's enough.
more more than you have hit points. So, let's see. Can you guys see? That's enough. Should be able to see down the hall. This light here. Yeah. So you guys down the hall, which saw this thing barrel towards Zed, and it bit at him, and it just kind of whiffed, and then it's a pretty solid claw strike. Like it looked like it was going straight for Zed's neck, and he uttered some words, and the creature seemed hesitant. There was a distraction or a momentary um basically a momentary distraction. The creature still seems like it hits Zed, and you see him just get smacked into the wall and fall, unmoving. Not that you can tell if he's breathing or not from where you are, but he hits the ground pretty hard. And you recall the only words that you heard from him last were "find little one." And seeing that that foe is felled, it turns its attention towards. See, because if you can see that, he'll be able to see you. So he turns his attention towards the people at the end of the hallway. But he had already used his movement, and that was his attack. So the next up in the initiative, Zed. Death saving roll, please. As you are
Wait.
bleeding out. Or, yeah, death save, yeah. All right.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Even death cannot kill you.
So this time, as you had fell unconscious for just a brief moment, there was a vision. everything went dark. The room, pain, suffering, all of these things simply ceased for just a moment. And all you can see is an endless sky in front of you. Vast, the void, as it were. And amidst these stars, there's a moment of clarity, clear thought, clear mindedness. You are not alone in this vision, but you don't know who is here with you. Someone or something must be watching over you, must be keeping an eye on you. It doesn't feel aggressive. It doesn't feel like it has ill will towards you. If anything, maybe a little bit of sorrow. And it's in that same moment of realization that you see the vast stars in the void begin to shift or congeal as if there was something in front of you the entire time, but it is not completely, doesn't seem like it's transparent, but just in the same coloration as the background. And before a shape can take hold, you find yourself gasping for air, awake, laying on the floor with this creature with its back towards you, and it seems like it's about to start barreling down the hallway as you come back with 1 hit point, and it is your turn. So the question is, do you make any movements or any actions that would alert this creature into thinking that you are no longer deceased?
So it's funny. It dawned on me, and I didn't want to bring it up because it was morbid curiosity that only would have negatively affected my character. But what I was gonna say, as you had hit me and knocked me unconscious, was since this creature has already knocked my character unconscious, presumably killing him, and seen him come back already, would it, after knocking him unconscious again, believe that he's actually unconscious and turn away? I thought it, didn't say it, and then it happened again. So now this creature is probably 100% not going to believe that Zed's dead, um, which would make sense to me. But yeah, can you, how, would you describe the area that I'm in as being dimly lit potentially?
In this hallway, at the light sources. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's a little.
How wide is this hallway? That's
These
just kind of like behind
those are
Zed.
about like 7, 8 feet.
Would this creature be able to squeeze through that, or would it be too narrow?
So the creature is large, so it would be able to squeeze into
Mhm.
medium spaces, but
Okay.
its ability to fight and move will be extremely hindered. Basically, it would not be able to swing its arms. It might be able to bite you with the right angle, but its movement's
Okay.
going to be severely penalized, and its ability to actually swing to do anything will be nullified.
Okay. Um, I was not preparing to actually have a turn. Um, Am I? I'm like on the ground prone, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll use half my movement to stand up. Just basically, all of a sudden, just kind of hear like, oh. And Zed just kind of leans over on his side and uses half his movement to stand up, just slowly bracing himself, one hand up on his knee, and kind of slowly gets to a full standing position. I'm sure as this thing is hearing him. And if not, can I use a free action to spit at this creature?
Yeah. It'll be
Okay.
mostly blood.
Yeah. So he kind of like wipes his chin, his blood on his beard and all over his cloak and everything. He spits just this like mouthful of nastiness at this thing. Next time, you might want to try finishing the job. Fucking clumsy oaf. And with a bonus action, I'm going to
He doesn't even understand what he's
use
saying.
my
It's funny.
cloak. Teleport over here.
Give me a.
Nice.
Let's see. I think you're trying to insight some emotion.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
okay,
I
hold
am
on. I've
looking at. Let's do a dance, acting, storytelling, or some other form of entertainment. It's not so much entertainment. Give me a intimidation. Actually,
okay. Let me look at one thing real quick. I will do that. Okay. Yeah, I will save this then because I think Kozik's already got disadvantage on it. I'm gonna try and do something. You said intimidation?
yep.
That would be a 7.
All right. Anything else you would like to do?
Let's see. I still have an action. Could I have done something before teleporting?
It's still your turn.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Just to add to the insult, I guess, a little bit, and to attempt to do this again since I still do have a bonus action. Um.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. How did this affects sneak attack too? Right? I just
Yep,
input everything and then just hit crit. Okay.
it should. It should work.
I don't think I've crit on one of these abilities yet, so this is gonna be fun.
You know, I get 2 natural 20s and you get 2 natural 20s.
Yeah, true. Um, Jeez.
50.
So that's 50.
Yep. Is there anything else attached to it?
If it moves, it takes another D8 thunder. Otherwise,
Okay.
no, it's not like I was making sure that it doesn't. It's not like a taunt or anything. so it doesn't have to attack me.
Correct. But it's going to.
Well, I'm sure now. And then yeah, I'll use my bonus action to GTFO.
All right.
And just I imagine that I did that as I was, saying next time you're gonna try and kill me, finish the job, whatever. Yeah, that'll
Well,
be my
you
turn.
have reacquisitioned its attention.
Hey.
Valorous.
Mhm. Um, Trying to get everything in view.
And the thing is looking pretty beat up.
Mm.
But you've also
Mm.
seen it stitching its wounds naturally,
Mm.
so.
Are we allowed to talk out of turn?
Yeah. I mean, probably not so
Oh,
much to Zed, because he's very far, but
Yeah.
did I get an inspiration for the death saving throw?
yes.
And then I guess I also got one from that. So can I pass that along to someone?
Yep.
Second one? Anyone that doesn't have one can grab it.
I have a inspo, so somebody else can take it.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need as many inspirations as you get.
I'm gonna do a firebolt.
I'll take it.
Yeah, grab it, Kozik.
Right on.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt, Vel. Sorry.
What Veldrin was going to tell Valorous. Trolls are susceptible to fire, and there's a lot of alcohol around here, which burns very well.
Would Vel
And
know that? Nah, I'll just say it. I'll allow it this time.
yeah, because we talked. Niavara did come back at the end and like explain herself.
But how did Niavara know? Anyway, go on.
Niavara.
Mm.
Um. So
Being one of those DMs is fun every so often.
get some alcohol and burn it. Is
Mm.
essentially what he's telling you to do.
Yeah, I think I have a straight shot.
You do.
Okay.
The 15 hit. Ooh, it does. And since this is the first time you've cast this, describe what it looks like. When Valorous casts Firebolt. Is it a little flame
I,
in the hand, or like, what's it
I
look
like
like?
to think she like points and fire just comes out of her finger. Kind of like Roy Mustang.
All right, all right.
I guess
So,
that's more of a snap.
so like Frieza when he's firing a laser at
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, luckily for you, a 15 just barely hits.
Yay.
7 damage.
And for the bonus action, I'm gonna dash.
Not vulnerable to
Right
it.
over here.
Nope, not a vulnerability. Just stops them from doing that. Okay. All right. Yep, yep. So you smack it with a firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
Niavara. You've pretty much just been spending the whole time running up here and hanging out with Veldrin. Because I wasn't sure what you were wanting to do.
Which makes sense. My apologies once again. With that said, apologies. With that said, first off, Channel Divinity, which is a bonus action to invoke my duplicity. Use the ability to place a secondary Niavara on the board in defense position. I'm using Inanna as my
Blue
my
Eyes White Niavara.
And where are you placing her?
moving her. I can only have her within 30 feet of me.
Right.
My god, okay, there's a nightmare going on downstairs. So I can have her there. Okay. I hope that you're not hearing anything over the phone. Um apologies. I love moving, or traveling, I should say. Okay, so that was a bonus action. My actual action is going to be a spell which I cast through it. I cast Toll the Dead on the I think the troll's within 60 feet of it. Of Inanna, I should say.
Let's see. It is not. It is currently 65 feet away.
Oh, that's really annoying. It's really annoying. Then I have to burn an actual spell. Guiding Bolt. Cast it at first level.
Let's see.
That one's a 120-foot range. There's no way it doesn't hit.
Yep, that will
Like,
definitely land. As your guiding bolt flies down the hallway. What's your guiding bolt look like for people who've never seen it before?
Effectively, it's the gathering of energy at her center that she casts out through her knife, or through her casting knife.
All right, all right.
And I will need to be right back.
See here.
That's my turn, by the way. That's it.
Well, feel
Oh wait,
free.
last action move.
I was gonna say, feel free to describe how you finish this thing off.
Oh, when the bolt hits,
And no hit
it
with
erupts in
fire.
a burst of chaotic energy. I'll be right back.
All right. So basically, can Zed even see it? Zed can't even see it. So you would see the guiding bolt fly through the air and slam into this thing as it gets hit with enough force that sends it reeling back into the wall, and it slams its back into the wall and just falls to the ground. But you also know that this thing has an ability to heal itself, but it's not its turn yet. Beldrin.
I thought it died. You said finish it off.
Yeah, I'm still just going through the turn order real quick.
Oh. Well, thinking back, I don't think anybody has hit this thing with fire this round. Or, well, no, Valorous hit it with the firebolt, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's good. I'll leave it.
All right. So, Zed, you basically see this thing hit the wall and fall to the ground. And there's a moment of uneasy silence. Is like you've seen this thing heal, right? And Zed, you're the only one close enough to even observe its condition.
Yeah, I feel like Zed's just paused here. He's staring at it, just eyes locked, and he's just kind of like panting a little bit, just breathing in and out on this cusp of life.
For the second time.
Right.
And then it basically comes around to the end of the turn. And then the start of the turn. Kozik, is there anything you would like to do?
Let me see here. So does it appear? It appears like down for the count right now.
I mean, it hit the ground.
Well, I'm wondering if Mr. Thatcher. I mean, he kind of disappeared from view after he had fallen, but so I am worried about him. But I feel like I should light this guy up with a couple Eldritch blasts anyway.
Yeah, you sure could. But since it is prone, there'll be a disadvantage because range attacks on prone target from far away.
Okay, well, I'll do my best then. Here we go. Now, the guiding bolt said that the next attack on it has advantage.
Yeah, so it'll just be a normal attack for the first one.
Nice.
Yep, that would hit.
That one looks like
That,
it won't hit.
that will not hit. All
Nice,
right.
finally a hit.
Sweet. And would you like the repelling blast again?
I don't think so. Although maybe this time I should. No, I'll just be a little bit cautious back here for a moment.
All right.
That's my turn.
Your attacks. Oh, your first attack hits cleanly. And its turn. It is dead.
Yay!
Nice. Part of me thought this thing was going to chase us around this whole building.
It would have
Yeah.
if Valorous did not hit it with fire damage.
I did a thing.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I had the impression that this thing was like nearly invincible, but nice, we got it.
You just have to do about 50 damage to it in a round. No problem. So as the halls fall silent after the screaming, the knocking over of things, the breaking and shattering of destruction of crates and pots and barrels, and in one case, in a whole ass wall, there's finally silence. And we are out of initiative.
Someone check on Mr. Thatcher. Is he okay?
I think Zed's going to, after seeing this thing go down, and he's staring at it for a couple moments, and then he sees an Eldritch Blast just come in and splash this thing against the wall. Kind of takes a sigh of relief, and then he's gonna put his back to the wall that he's standing at and just kind of slump down and take a second, just gather himself. And then he's also gonna reflect on what he felt was some sort of vision. He saw something, not sure what. So probably taking a couple moments to gather himself.
So what's everybody else doing?
Well, I guess I'll go I'll go approach the corpse and see what's going on. Not of Mr. Thatcher, but of the creature.
Well, move on. Come on down. As it looks like Valorous is poking her head out of the hallway.
He's keeping a safe distance just in case.
I gingerly approach it, and I do kind of prod it with my boot. And this disgusting as it is, like you just want to keep your distance to avoid from being, polluted by it or something. But I guess I think it looks dead, 5 arms and all.
Yep, it is very much motionless and not breathing. So,
And I take a look around to see if Zed is anywhere that I can see.
not from where you could see. Pull up my notes thing.
Zed, come on. Are you not dead?
I don't know if you'd take like a couple steps and maybe look around the corner or something, but um he's he's not even really saying anything. He hasn't looked up. He just kind of assuming that you can see him from down the hall. He's just kind of like, he's got one hand up and he's pointing kind of in that direction down the hall towards Kozik. And he'll kind of like points a couple times and then
Passive
just
perception.
holds a thumbs up.
15's pretty good.
And he just does that kind of 2 or 3 times, just back and forth, just kind of like pointing, almost being like, you dude, good job.
All right. Well, I kind of call back down the hallway since, hey, we're calling out and stuff. and shooting blasts at things and whatever. I call out, this thing's dead, and I think Mr. Thatcher he looks like he's still alive and in good health. Well, good enough.
He's because if you're hollering that to everyone else, you probably hear Zed respond, "I good enough to have a drink."
The room behind Kozik is the one that has a bunch of alcohol and not a sticky floor.
All right. What's the plan? I mean, the halls were silent until you guys started like yelling, but
As foul as this creature, X creature, looks, is there anything on it to search? Is it wearing anything like clothing? Beast that it is?
all it has is some like basically a loincloth.
Ugh.
Do you wish to investigate the loincloth?
Oh, I might be missing out, but I think I'm gonna leave both of our dignities intact and say no.
Very well.
He could have had something great on a string down there.
Something perhaps dangling. No, if somebody else is braver than this dwarf, they're welcome to it.
Sir Kozik Deepshaft, a dwarf.
No other takers, I see.
What should I roll to see if I can hear anything in the distance now that we have made a bunch of noise?
I mean, that's still a perception.
Okay.
Let's see. Are floor though. Let's see. Based on where you are, the acoustics, the objects that may diffuse sound a little bit. Down there. No, you don't hear anything. It would just be
Okay.
way too far.
Damn, even with the 28.
Be way too far and behind doors and on the floor. Yeah, no. One of those, maybe if it was a nat 20.
Yeah. Because I was one short of a nat 20.
Yup. Yeah, Zed used up all your nat 20, sorry.
Damn it.
Yeah, he kind of ate them. They were really crunchy. But I'll hold on to it. All right, so we got Kozik staring at this thing.
I'm down.
All right, we got Valor's coming up. What's Val doing?
I think she just wants to see what this thing is.
So you can give a. This would be a nature check.
Okay. I don't
All
know
right.
if she even knows there's a thing there.
Never seen one of these in your life ever.
No,
Especially the thing with 5 arms like that.
that's just weird.
That's a 2. -1. Oof.
Like
Okay.
she pokes at the arms with her staff, her uh, what is it? Her glade. Well, her glaive a little bit, just prodding it a little bit.
Squish, squish.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a lot of the wounds were starting to stitch up, and then
Mm-hmm.
the impact from your fire damage is the one that seems to be completely, it looks like it was not starting to heal at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, basically we got Kozak over here poking it with a stick. We got Valus over here poking it with a glaive. Zed's over in the corner getting a breather. Niavara's Niavaring. And what's Veldrin doing?
Vildren wants to check out some of these other rooms we haven't looked at yet.
Sweet. Which one?
I don't believe we've looked in this one, have we? Remind me if somebody else has notes on that. This room.
I don't think we've been in there yet.
Okay.
That one.
I apologize. I cannot see very much on this screen. So I can't see the door.
So you want to open the door because you're standing right in front of it?
Yeah.
In here seems to be a bit of a makeshift barracks. There's a couple of beds, sleeping bags, couple of chests. Nothing fancy. Very, very makeshift, very transient like. There's not really much order to the things in here. Just basically, this is where people go to sleep, and that's basically the only purpose this room serves for the most part.
There's a chest in front of him, I assume.
There's a couple. Oh, yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah, there's one there, and then the one here.
Where there's a chest in like a little drawer.
Okay. He's gonna. Is this one locked or is it open?
Well, it's not open.
Well, I mean, like, open as in not locked.
You don't know?
Okay, he'll try and open it.
All right. So it pops open, and you don't have to make a save for it, but it pops open, and you're immediately hit with just a waft of what smells like laundry that hasn't been washed in months, maybe years. And then you look inside, you just see a bunch of like rags and torn clothes, and it's like soiled like clothes, and it's just basically when you open it up, it's like opening a can of like rotten, old,
Yeah, bounce
nasty
that ass.
clothes.
Um,
Not enough to
you
make you
know,
sick, but it's just like the fact that it was closed was sealing all of that funk in. So the second you open
yeah.
it is a very it's quite the juxtaposition of what is in the environment to what was in that environment,
SpongeBob foghorn sound.
but worse.
You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. He's gonna dig around in this stuff and just, maybe something important's in here.
Sure. Well, you're not. So are you like looking in, or just sticking your hand in and keeping your head pointed away to not smell it? Are you going for the
I
grab
don't think
bag?
I think he's willing to like get elbow deep in. He's dealt with gross shit before.
All right. So roll me a d10. All right. 8 would be. Oh, you're gonna love this. So you peruse through this chest of old clothing, and you manage to locate somebody's old, nasty, multicolored. You don't even know how they managed to do that. Loincloth, and you just pull it right on out, and it's like ragged and old, unwashed. And then you kind of realize that it wasn't originally a loincloth.
He's got it like held between two fingers, and he kind of like looks it over before setting it aside, and he's like, I don't think anything else is in there. So he'll move to the next chest.
I like the little drawer.
The little drawer. He'll open it.
Inside the drawer, doesn't seem like it's trapped or anything, so you just slide it on open. Inside just seems like a coin pouch. Yeah, so this has like a coin pouch and what looks like just sort of a mundane dagger that you can just sort of buy anywhere.
He's gonna look at what's in the coin pouch.
Money.
How much?
This coin pouch has. This was this one. 4, 5, 6. So this one had 123 gold in it.
Yeah, he'll take that.
That's not bad.
And he'll also take the mundane dagger.
Yep.
Now he's going to check under the beds. Everything's kind of disorderly in here.
It is.
Could be something there.
Possibly. You guys can give me a perception check. That's a great
There.
roll for there being nothing in here.
Yeah. Who wants inspo? Anybody need some?
I've got one.
Valrus, you got one?
Mm-hmm.
Eovar is the only one without it.
I'll take it.
Okay. With that, he will exit the room and
There's literally nothing good
toss
in here.
the bag of gold to Kozik.
Oh, making a deposit. Okay.
123.
Okay, I'll add it to the gold
And,
for the party.
and I'm just simplifying it as gold, but it would be like a combination of like gold, silver, and copper. Because these people aren't
Yeah.
adventurers that you just walk around with $100 bills constantly. So if you need change, you'd have this. This is like a change purse or something.
Damn, we need a communism button so that we can split it equally.
He's given it to Kozik for the group.
Fair enough.
The group just spent a lot of money on him. The least he could do is give 123 back.
Oh my god, right, I forgot. Microsoft is evil. Okay.
Meanwhile, Zed is still in that hallway all alone. Zed, you can give me a perception check. Totally for no reason. Well, that was bound to happen eventually. Anyway,
Heaven. Oh,
all things are balanced once again. Good thing that natural one wasn't on your death saving throw, right?
Ugh.
Anywho, you guys are crowding around this thing's body.
all right. So we've checked all these doors so far.
I don't know why the lighting is
No
like
luck
so
so
weird right
far.
here.
She dismisses her duplicity,
Shouldn't be.
which, goes away in a little puff of smoke.
So weird.
Irritated that I lost that many resources, but such is life. Zedran, how you looking, buddy? You got roughed up. I don't have much healing, but I have some healing.
Niavara, before you have to use any spells, I
Oh
have
yeah,
the
go.
staff.
Oh wait, I also have a. And she, fishes around for her amulet on her chest. Beads of curing. Did not apparently write. One bead she uses a bead of curing.
I believe we had rolled the out.
I did. I wrote them down on it. If you go over it, you can see
Yeah,
I
okay.
have 2 beads of blessing, 3 beads of curing, and a bead of wind walking.
Yeah.
Wind walking, who said that? It's not there, clearly. Uh, so it's 48 plus my spell modifier. Which is
Attunement cell.
should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. 4. Oh. Oh, that's a beautiful spread.
See, that's what happened to me too.
It's a beautiful little fart of healing. She uses the second bead.
All right. So what's it look like as you cast this on them through an item?
Well, obviously, right? She, gathers her energy around the bead to focus on it and then touches Zedran, right?
Okay, so you'd be there. Okay, just checking positioning for no reason.
For no reason, none whatsoever. Because he would never do anything to us, right? We're fine, smiley face. There we go.
So that'll be 2B.
How's that?
Sorry, I just got back. What's happened?
You've
Miavara
have
healed you for 36.
yes.
Oh, perfect.
Where'd that put you at roughly?
Just over half.
37. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna focus and use her last beat of healing for the day because beautiful,
Nice.
stunning. She's like, all right, unfortunately, that's kind of it. So I'm kind of tapped out unless you actually die. So like, don't die.
See, like over a few, as you're kind of saying this, um, he's kind of looking up at you, and the sort of fog in his eyes starts to become more clear, and you see, he's got the blood doesn't just disappear, but his wounds start to kind of seal shut, and he definitely looks healthy again. He's got color back to his skin, and he's breathing regularly. Oh, I feel fucking great. Thank you.
Of course, man. Don't die. That's much harder to fix.
Yeah, speaking of, I kind of think I did for a second.
Wouldn't surprise me. That thing fucking slashed you around, man. What'd you see? Religious experience wake you to the power of the clergy?
Well, I was like,
another
I was
one.
just floating in the void, and it was unfamiliar, but not uncomfortable, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And then I saw something. There was a figure, but it was almost fleeting. And as soon as my eyes were focusing on it, they opened, and I was back here.
You look familiar?
Perhaps was this a vision of the astral sea, or something maybe more profound?
Could be the plane of Dolor. The plane
Nothing
of
I could
dead.
really recognize.
Well, you said you felt comfortable there. That's a good sign, I think.
And it was more of a lack of discomfort.
Well, we take what we can get.
Yeah, right. And he'll kind of,
Well,
stand back up and. Okay, how many rooms left do we have? We've got to find little one.
right, he's still here somewhere, presumably. Do we have any holy hand grenades or something to take out these automatons? Or, well, maybe they're just beyond function anyway at this point. We don't know.
Well, and she gestures back at the dead body. That kind of was our holy hand grenade. And regrettably, we're kind of sitting. All right. So she'll walk through Zedrin. She's like, okay, so we're back where we started. We didn't go down this hall. Let's try it.
Oh, let's give it a shot.
She's going to start progressing very cautiously once more. For no particular reason. All these people wandering around loudly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to betray quite where she is. But she will look inside.
Inside
Take a
this
little
room
peek.
seems to be a location where there's probably like what looks like old lab equipment. There's some like tables, some beakers, but they don't seem that they're set up in a way that this was intended to be some kind of a scientific research. It seems more like they acquisitioned a bunch of like lab equipment and they just kind of threw it in here. Um, so there's tables about with varying degrees of, in some cases, just like broken things. Um, and basically, there's a little bit of light. Yeah, there's a little bit of light in here. Pretty dim, not very well lit. This place seems like it has maybe a layer of dust, as if to say doesn't really get used much, if at all. Um, and this just seems like things that were previously used not experiments, but laboratory um, desks, tables, chairs, like maybe some little beakers and glass bottles, and just it's like somebody had an alchemy shop or something, but this was all the junk after they kind of stopped doing alchemy. Almost like somebody just took all their shit and threw it in the garage after they were done with the hobby of alchemy.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, Valorous, see anything up
Mm,
ahead?
not yet.
Want to keep walking forward?
Hmm.
And did you close the door or left it open?
Left it open.
Okay.
Want to like keep track of where I think we've like reopened doors that we've already opened in the past.
Yep, yep.
I take a moment to consult the rod of the Pact Keeper here in order to gain a spell slot back. And I kind of hold it
Ah,
aloft and I go, yes.
so let me check. Is that the thing? Check one thing here, because I think that is the thing.
Sure.
It is. So if you look at your character sheet, um, you will notice a particular number under quantity. That
Oh,
number
yeah,
is
okay.
accurate.
What?
Interesting.
When did I lose that?
So feel free to describe what Kozak goes through as you are trying to find this thing.
I kind of reach down into my sword belt or
I know
whatever,
exactly what it
keeps my
was.
cloak closed and my pantaloons, up in the right spot. And as I reach, I pull that out and I kind of like, wait a second. Just a second, I'm getting something.
Because I didn't want to delete it, even though I probably should have. I didn't want to delete it.
Well, I thought I had a banana left or something, but maybe I don't. But
Because
yeah, I don't come
you
up
might get
with
it back.
this rod of the Pact Keeper, which is should be right there.
Yep, yep. And just to be clear,
Oh, there it is.
where'd you have it stored again? Just to make sure I did the thing right.
I don't know,
Because
somewhere in my belt. I would
yeah,
say it would be there, close at hand.
yeah. That was exactly what you gave me last time. Okay, making sure. Um, yeah, no. So you search around and you're just like, let me use my trusty. Wait a minute. with my trusty. Hold on. You know, kind of like patting down your sides and then like looking at your side like, wait a minute, what? Where is it? As those of you
Great wheel.
in the hallway
Yeah,
could probably
definitely.
hear Kozik.
I just have this banana, and I'm like holding it, looking at it, kind of quizzically. Huh?
Well, that's not ideal.
I guess I must have dropped it, or somebody stole it from me, and I didn't even realize it. Surely that little ragamuffin, he couldn't have gotten away with it. Did you guys know about the ragamuffin? Well, anyway, a story for another time.
It seems we've encountered many ragamuffins.
This is true. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
hmm. Well, do I think I don't know if there's more to this mystery. Like, do I? I guess I look behind me to see if I dropped it or something, but I bet I don't see it.
Yeah, be like, turn around, check the debris on the floor. Like, yeah, no, it's not in here.
Well, since I physically don't have enough attunement slots, she fishes through her items and pulls out a tiny pearl. Here, Kozik, attune to this.
What's this?
It should return a spell slot to you, I believe.
Well, okay. This will do in the interim in case we need to get into some trouble here. But I am concerned about this. I don't
I'll
have this.
put it in the thing. I'm not actually using the ability.
Right, and I'll take it and use it though.
So in order to attune to something, you'll have to have an hour of downtime.
Oh, right.
Okay, well, I'll hang on to it though.
If you want to add it
Okay.
to your sheet, I physically don't have enough slots for it.
Aha. How do you just add it to the sheet?
Here, I will drag it over.
Okay.
And I shall
Items.
remove it from mine.
Oh, not yet. Let me drag it over first.
Oh, okay.
Yep. There it is.
Okay, now it's dragged over.
All right, now I will delete.
I do take a second to admire it before slipping it into a safe pocket. It's fine thing.
Mm-hmm. Quite a useful thing, isn't it? Very powerful for how small it is.
And technically, it is a pearl worth at least 100 gold.
Ah, silly thing. It does need a
Well,
diamond.
well, let's hope that it doesn't come to that.
You need a diamond, not a pearl.
I know. That's why I said it. You were close, though.
Very much so. Do you see any doors up ahead, Valorous, in any way?
No, but I
Oh,
think we're getting close.
wait. She gestures this way. More fucking beds.
Indeed, there are. A couple of beds and like a crate in the room. It's
Do
lit.
we open up this crate? Little one, are you in there? She knocks on it.
So you knock on it. Doesn't
Mhm.
sound like there's any response.
Do we open it and risk another troll? A smaller one?
To be fair, the last troll was in a large crate, so how big is this one?
This is a medium.
Chihuahua sized.
So yeah, you knock on it, and you definitely hear it's with your passive perception. You hear something shuffle around in it, and then stops.
Alive?
Yeah.
She picks up the crate and shakes it.
Well, crate's like a medium, like think like not quite the size of a whole ass barrel because those can be pretty big. So
How heavy is it?
trying to describe dimensions in a game that
How big
measures
is
everything
it
by 5 feet.
compared? How big is it compared to like a cat crate that
Oh,
people take their
it's
cats to the vet in?
imagine it's the size of a kennel but in the form of a crate,
Hmm.
and
Belgian.
not like a small one, like a like you kind of put a big dog in
Mhm.
that size.
I can get one of those. I say that because I owned Mastiff. I have one.
Yeah, big enough to put a big
So,
dog in.
Belgian
Yes.
or Valorous, get on the other side of this and we're going to shake it. You want to get over here? She gestures. We can do it together. All right, heave ho. Let's pick it up and we're going to shake.
Do we have to do a roll?
Yep, we're gonna do an athletics.
Great! I actually have a +1 in athletics.
Does it become easier because we all have helped?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we could do advantage because you're being assisted.
Even
Makes
with
it.
advantage.
Neopara is not strong.
All right. Well, you definitely shake it, and whatever's inside gets rattled around.
What's it sound like?
Hmm. You know what? Give me a nature check.
I think I'm pretty good to do that. I have a +5.
Yeah, come
Fingers
on.
crossed.
Sounds solid, not squishy.
So it doesn't sound like it's made of flesh.
Correct.
Automaton or treasure?
It could be both.
The suspense is nearly killing me. Are we going to open it?
So it doesn't open.
Huh. Edge locked.
Crowbar.
Zedrin has my crowbar. But you should have given it back.
Sees it? No.
So she hands over the crowbar to the strongest of the group, who looks to be Valorous.
Oh, yeah. This would be a strength check.
An athletics check with advantage because you're using a crowbar as leverage.
Beautiful. Stunning.
If only somebody needed an inspiration. If you all have one now. So any inspirations just kind of go into the wind. So with a natural 20, you're able to wedge the crowbar in there, with relative ease. You find the perfect angle, the perfect leverage, the perfect spot, and you're able to pry the lid off, and you realize it's nailed down.
Hmm.
And the question is, do you look inside, or do you just kind of open it and let somebody else look?
I'll look inside.
Inside, all you can see is a bunch of like rocks rolling around
Mm.
from, basically from when it was shook. So, basically at this point, rocks scattered.
Do any of the rocks look special?
Give me a nature check.
Maybe one of them's a diamond.
Yeah.
Or for no
These
particular reason.
these rocks look pretty mundane.
They literally just filled a crate with rocks and then nailed it shut.
Yup. Why would they
Neobar's
do
gonna
such a
reach in and
thing?
take one out.
All right. So you reach in and try and pull one out. Give me a athletics check.
Oh no. Come on. How heavy could it be?
Who said anything about weight? What's your athletics? Who said?
Was 0.
So you lean into this crate and you try and pull a rock out, and there's something that pulls back. And granted, like your whole body won't fit in it, but it's like you're pulled into this crate. So you
Oh,
grab rock, rock grab you.
this is very rude. A very undignified little eep as she gets yoinked in.
It's probably only like part of your like upper torso, because like I said, it's not
Yeah.
big enough to completely pull you in, especially with all the rocks in it. But there's a counter pull.
Motherfucker. If she lets go of the rock, can she just stand back up?
Yep. It's almost like when you let go of the rock, it lets go of you.
What the fuck is that?
What did it do?
It
Language
just
check.
grabbed me.
Oh, she speaks primordial. That's elemental. Ooh.
Nothing lives in there as far as I can see. But it yoinked to me.
So as you say that, the rocks the rocks start to move on their own accord and reposition. And it's almost like as the rocks are grinding amongst themselves, there's a pattern to it. And the pattern in your mind, based on your experience with certain linguistics, would convey, I am alive.
Oh, I don't know if I like that actually. My apologies. She closes I imagine she's like, okay. Gently closes the lid. Living rock. Who would have known?
It's not like we had one travel with us for quite a while.
I think there's a bit of difference between Opal and that. But heard. Shall we continue? She's a little disturbed.
Yeah, and
One
you,
more
you,
room down.
you pretty much knew that was in primordial.
Yep. Hi, Zedrin. Nothing interesting down this hallway, not at all. looks like there's a door right there. Someone else want to do the honors? See if they can roll something more interesting happening.
Kozik, Zed.
Where are you?
Up the hallway. Do you see Zedrin?
Yeah.
I'm on top of him, basically.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, now it's being slowly revealed to me here. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, oh. Okay. I guess not that I really needed to be here to make the roll, but okay. What am I rolling?
Open a door.
Okay, let's
I-
open it. Should I just go in?
Yeah, try. I say roll more on the view of like luck, seeing what's inside.
People's dogs are
Okay, I
barking.
will. What do I see when I look through the door?
So in here, you see a myriad of colorful objects and flora, to which look very familiar to that of a place that some of you desperately hate. There is flora akin to the very colorful violet patterns of some of the plants you've seen in the Feywild. The walls themselves are covered with vines and what seem to be very nature related in essence. Um, the floor looks pretty standard, like it's still tile floor, but everything else in here, there's like planters on the wall that these vines are growing and interweaving amidst each other, but they do so in a very interesting and almost chaotic, but chaotic in stints. So it's almost like a uniformity to how these things are growing and interweaving. Um, there's like even like, scattered across the floor, there seem to be more planters that it's not the floor is not covered in plants, but you can kind of see that all these vines are connecting in some way, shape, or form. And there looks like maybe there's a table or two over off in the the further portions of the room. Um, and upon this table rests what appears to be it was a yeah. So what appears to be the replica of a some kind of a ship. Kind of looks like a replica in a bottle, kind of like normally you would expect it to be like a sailing ship, but instead this replica looks like a boat. So it looks like it has aspects of a sailing ship, but it has what looks like a little ring around it, and the ring seems to have like a little bit of a light glow to it, just like a little faint, and it um undulates a little bit like dim. It flickers like dimly while inside of like this jar on the table, and it looks like all the like the vines kind of reach up, climb up the table, and just sort of have it wrapped around the base of this like replica in the bottle. So it's almost like the vines are what's holding it up. And of course, you see like a couple of barrels in here that have been overgrown. Um, and yeah, like the as part of the flora, the vines of the flora, they're all sprouting different colored plants that have varying degrees of vibrancy to them. Purples, blues, reds, yellows, like this is all every color you can think of in the same ecosystem of one biome, I guess would be the way to put it. Basically, a taste of the Feywild.
Ew.
Well, Well, compared to the barracks-like nature of this whole place that we're in, it looks like we've discovered maybe a little corner of the Feywild. Somehow it's crept in here. Hmm. Well, I do want to get a closer look at this. Well, whatever's on display here, and I'm gonna go into the room.
All right, move where you want to be. It's basically on this brown table on the back wall here.
All right. Well, it looks like Mr. Thatcher might be interested in this. Maybe I'm no sailor. Maybe he could tell us something. But yeah, I take a gander at whatever's going on here.
Anybody else stepping in to investigate?
Looks like Valrus.
Hmm.
I can't get in.
I
It's
gotta go
not
down
letting
one
me
more
move.
square.
Okay.
The
There
door,
we go.
yeah.
I saw the door from there, and then it.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. What the fuck? Very odd place. Although, does raise the idea that they might be a collector of some sort, perhaps?
But why a room like this? I mean, we've got goblinoids running around theoretically, although I haven't seen any. We've got 5-armed trolls, automatons, a garage sale in every room. I have no idea what's going on here.
And I mean, you do remember this is a warehouse. Lots of odds and ends get stored in warehouses. A couple of demons. Unknown doors that open themselves when you walk by. A troll in a box. You know, usual warehouse things. But yeah, you're in here and it definitely feels like a taste of the wilds again.
Well, maybe if we're in here, we're actually connected to the plane of the Fae. And maybe, well, I don't know, Lady Miriam, I don't know what she could do to help us, and I guess to try to help us find the little one.
A little
Like,
one's in
Valrus,
here, theoretically.
Why?
sorry. Valrus, didn't you say you felt like we were close?
I did.
There's nothing
Something
in
was
here.
telling me. I think we're really close.
Well then, lead the way.
Well, what about this? What about this wondrous ship in a bottle?
Everybody just starts like
I
walking
mean,
out of the room.
Wait, what?
Here on this
I guess
table, Mr. Thatcher, do you see this? I don't, I'm no mariner, but maybe this is some sort of astral ship.
can Zed take a closer look at it?
Oh yeah, it's in there. It's a ship in the bottle.
Can I do an investigation? Or what?
Uh,
Like, what
well,
kind of ship is it?
okay. So Give me a history.
I'll use my
Eh.
inspiration since we have a bunch.
Yep. And now you're back at
Fuck.
0 effectively because you had 2
Yep.
crits and 2 nat 1. So your board's reset.
Yep.
So with an 8, you're not sure. I mean, it looks like a boat, but weird additions that don't make sense for sailing. It's got like a weird ring around it, and it's like, because you're like, okay, but where's the sails? This doesn't. How do you catch the wind with this? What? This doesn't make any sense.
Perhaps it's propelled by magics. I don't know. They're back. Well, is it
Does it?
small enough? Oh, go ahead.
Well, yeah. I guess. How big is it for one?
I mean, it's the size of like, like a one. I would say like think of like a 1 gallon jug of something.
Okay.
But just like a bottle.
And the ship ends. Can Zed get a close enough look to see how detailed this ship is? Because typically this sort of thing would be a model. But it's in a room that's very akin to the Feywild, and in the Feywild anything can really be anything. So
So if you're looking for
um
detail, let's say we'll go with investigation on that one.
okay. Trying to see if like there's weather marks or he's sailed plenty of ships, and a ship that has done any amount of sailing doesn't look the same coming into harbor as it does leaving. Like, does it
Well,
look like it's actually sailed?
this does not. It looks like it was made in the bottle as a replica,
Yeah.
so it looks technically brand new.
Cool.
But there is a
Well,
lot of intricate details to it.
I kind of look at Mr. Thatcher and shrug. Say, well, it's quite a fine thing to be stuck in here, but apparently it's merely a model.
This place is full of odds and ends that have either no apparent value or in the case of this, I can't imagine anyone who wouldn't want this, but I does, to your point, just
I,
look like a model.
I think perhaps we should take this with us.
I might as well. Can we fit it in the the mimic?
Our handy mimic should be able to
Ooh.
choke this down, I would think.
Zed'll kind of like carefully grab it, hold it up to try and.
All right.
All right.
So
Tip
the
it in.
moment you touch it, give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Alrighty, so a 16. You are able to touch it. So as you reach out to touch it, you feel a force like pushing you back. It's not like a wall. It's like two magnets, and you just kind of feel yourself being pushed away as you get closer to it, and the closer you get to it, the more resistance there is.
And to the point where he's not able to grab it.
Oh no, you can if you want. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. He would, I guess, feeling that he kind of pull his hands back slightly. Well, it might be a struggle getting that in the mimic. There's something preventing me or not really wanting me to grab it.
And Veldrin, give me an insight check, please. Specifically Veldrin and only Veldrin. For reasons. Because only Veldrin would probably have this level of connection. Kosik might. It's more naturey.
Vel might be AFK.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, it said BRB. That was...
As
Well,
valuable as it might be, it seems like there's.
I mean, I feel like I can grab it, but there's, it something about it, probably magical. Maybe just doesn't want to be messed with. It just, when we're handling it, like potentially pulling it back out with a mimic, we just got to be careful, I guess. Unless we can figure out what's up with it. Can we do like an Arcana check, maybe?
well, now that you're aware of things, sure.
Um,
I'm like, it's hard to put in. It's hard to grab, huh?
So, Zed, with your Arcana check, you know it's not trapped. So, whatever's trying to keep you away is not a function of it's going to explode or it's going to do something like super crazy. It's more of a 16. I don't know if 16 would give you that much info, but you do know it's akin to something trying to keep you from touching it. Um, and
I
part
think
of it
I
was like
can understand what
mental,
OC.
I guess, in a sense, where it's like
Okay.
it wasn't it's not a physical barrier, like I said, but it's like as you got closer to it, it felt like there was something pushing you back. Now, whether or not that was an actual physical reaction, or if that was just a function of something else in play.
Well, if we can take it with us, maybe we can present it as a gift or something to introduce us to House Rendari or someone else. They might like
That's,
this.
that's not a bad idea. It also might belong to them. Since
Right.
most
Maybe
of the
it was
well,
stolen.
I'm
Or
starting
this
to
is
get
just a
the
warehouse.
inclination that most of the things in here were stolen.
I think you've convinced me, sir.
So yeah, Zed, if Kozik is trying to like get the mimic, or maybe Kozik and Zed could both grab this together, and so that it's hopefully more stable.
All right. So as you're reaching
Yeah,
out to do
disassembly.
that, let's pan the camera to Neavara and Valorous.
Nice.
So you said we were getting closer.
Hmm.
You think it's one of these two?
I think so.
50-50? Want to grab?
Mhm.
Want to go?
Hmm.
Rock, paper, scissors, which one? All right,
Do
pick a
this.
favorite. Should we open it while we're waiting for the others?
Well, this one's locked.
Oh, a treat. Well, we're not very far. She pulls out her lockpicking tools.
Hmm.
I can try at the door. Beautiful. Stunning. I'm going to re-roll it with a hero point. Amazing. The energy I'm feeling tonight in this Chili's. It's a punishment for being so generous from earlier.
Mm.
What have we stumbled into? Or what have I stumbled back into?
A locked door.
So Veldrin, we're gonna put you
Uh-huh.
back in there. I need Veldrin to give
Okay.
me a little checky check here. An
Uh-huh.
insight, please, as Veldrin was the only one who would have been able to do so. Is that your final
You know
answer?
what? No, it's not. There we go.
Let's go.
So in 18,
One of them worked.
they come and they go. So with an 18, at first you were just sort of in this room. You didn't know what was going on. You have no idea. This is weird Feywild stuff. You're from the Underdark with the twinge of Feywild in your blood at this point or something. Who knows what the hell's what the hell's you don't know what's going on. However, you do kind of get this weird sensation as Zed and Kozik are making this plan and they're like, yeah, let's just take this thing, yeah. And you see Zed like reaching out as they're like trying to plot how to scooch this little replica ship into their bag. And you cannot help but feel almost a little offended. And you don't know why, because you're this 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 is not your problem.
He is gonna kind of like wrinkle his nose as he watches Zed and Kozik. Something tells me that the Fae, maybe the Fae that I made the deal with, I don't know, but somebody is not happy with you trying to steal this.
Mm, right. That's kind of a given. But I think we should probably, liberate it from from this place.
But if I am offended by you moving it, do you not think that someone else is paying attention?
You're offended.
Yes, that is the feeling that I get. I don't know why I would be offended. I'm not a fae, but I've made a deal with one.
Hmm.
So, so if it doesn't want to be removed from here, that's means it feels it belongs here for whatever reason. But um, Ted's gonna look at it again. He's kind of inspected it and like looked for details and things like that. In and
And
I'll
the
roll again if you want. But
and the
is there
reminder
an
is it's not the bottle is not suspended on like like little wooden things they usually put them on, like little the fuck word brain words hard. Basically, it instead of it being set on something to secure it, the vines have become said item to hold it up. So it's like a
okay?
really thick amount of plant matter that's gently holding this bottle in place.
Is in just kind of like looking around it, is there a name either of the ship or maybe of the owner or the person who made it?
Looking around it, you don't really see one. Just a really, really, really nice like replica.
Well, I wouldn't mind having it, but if it's inclined to stay here, we know where it's at, and it's going to be difficult for anyone else to take it.
And Veldrin, feel free to give me a little bit of a history check. I want to give it advantage. Yeah. Okay, yep, that'd be good enough to have a cursory understanding of certain things. So, having been an individual who is not local to the Feywild, but having been around it long enough to understand the art of the deal, that's all. That's all you'd get on a 12.
Wait, say that again? The art of the deal.
Yeah, just sort of the understanding that there's things in the Feywild, and they don't always trade with currency. But on a 12, that's sort of the only thought that you can think of.
Okay. With that, Veldrin's gonna sigh a bit. Well, I think that we are at I think that we have um for now appeased the Fae that I worked with. I have a sense that this was something that they wanted. Which is good for me. It means that they won't kill me later as or maybe hopefully not.
Hmm. Well, I have a connection with the Fae, and I'm not feeling anything. But if this is where if this is where this artifact belongs, then maybe it should be left here. Although I question the legitimacy of anything in this warehouse after we've been attacked so much.
I do agree with that. We could bring it up to the Rindari folks, just or like let's say when we meet them, if they happen to have other things like this, we could reference, oh, you happen to have one of these go missing, and
Right.
follow up because we know where this is at. But for the time being, I don't mind just leaving it. I'm actually looking for more important things. And as Zed says that, he's gonna kind of head towards the door.
Yep. So be it. All right. It's laid back down where it was.
And then Kozik heads out. Guess the question is, who's the last one out?
Me.
Well, I only did that because I thought Kozik had left already, and I was trying to catch up to the group. Veldrin could be the last one out.
All right. And Veldrin, on your way out, the vines start to shift and mold and shape into what seems like a very feminine face. And they seem like they're looking at you. And then the vines reform back into their just sort of natural state.
Before he leaves, he'll just kind of say into the air, "If you need to find me, I'm not hard to track down now."
There's no response.
And then he will leave.
Door open or closed?
I believe we've been leaving them open once we have gone through the rooms.
All right.
So,
So while all that was going on, so there was a plan here with Neavara and Valorous.
Mhm.
Did you roll? Right, you couldn't get the doors unlocked. 11 and 8, yeah, no. So what were the two you wanting to do while they were in the other room still, sort of investigating and contemplating? Because Neavara tried to lockpick to no avail.
Does it look like a sturdy door?
Um, no, not really. They just look wooden.
I'm gonna try and kick it.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Oh.
I guess I can take the inspiration.
I should just kick more doors, I guess.
Yep. There's the one right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're kicking this door right in front of you. Well, I guess
Mm-hmm.
adjacent to you. Let's move Nevar here. So you're kicking that door. It'd be really hard to kick it at an angle like that.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys are making your way out of the other room and up the hallway, you like it's almost as like the second you turn the corner to see Neavara like standing up or trying to work on one of these, like it kind of looks like a double door. So like the locks on one of the doors, and then Valus just steps up and just kicks that door right in, just completely obliterated, knocks us off the hinges. It goes flying into the room.
Oh.
And the door flies so far that it smacks one of these dudes, like he was like right here. Then he got sent back, and he's like crushed by the door. I'm just gonna remove him from the board. I can at least put like a little dead icon. You know what? No, he's reduced to a pace. He's under fuck. He got, yeah, no, he's gone. There's nothing left of that guy. And hold on, I gotta move the camera. And in this room, you would see one, two, what look like two hobgoblins, but they have very demonic features. They have like horns, and like their skin is just like really dark red, like kind of sharp teeth too. But they are also clad in like these black, like these black garbs made of leather, so they're pretty skin tight. Um, and there's two of them. There's a couple of goblins in here, and there looks to be like a hobgoblin, completely clad in his armor. He has his weapon. Just checking all the stuff he has. Looks like he has like a long sword and like this pretty fancy looking shield. He has a couple of javelins on his back, and they kind of look like they just came from like a location from underground. Because you can see like a trap door that's open, and they've climbed up, and they seem to be guarding this guy. And the door gets kicked in, and around this hobgoblin's neck appears to be a very familiar looking scarf.
Which one?
I guess Zed can't see anything, but Valorous
No.
can see him.
Hmm.
That guy. And in common, pretty much everybody can hear him call out, "Collapse the gate. We've been found out, boys." And you hear, well, I guess the people can see him, which would be pretty much Valorous and Veldrin. You see this goblin like quickly run down to like a run scoots over to a trapdoor. You see it close, and you could kind of sort of maybe hear some kind of noise, but there's more of a commotion in here at this point. Yeah, like he said, he's just collapsed the tunnels. We've been found out. And like the guy was like, "Yes, boss." Did like a puffed out chest and a salute and just disappeared. Boop. So what does Valorous do? As you're the one who's basically kicked the door open and instantly murdered a goblin.
I point to the guy with the scarf and say, "You have. I just need the scarf."
Well, that's unfortunate. You can't have it.
Mhm. I mean, I still have another door over here. I can.
Kill another guy.
Well, I'd like to see you try.
I'm very tempted to kick the other door.
All right. Hmm. And he looks between all of his, quote unquote compatriots. Hmm. How about a deal then? A gamble, a wager.
Hmm.
If you can do that a second time, I'll give you this precious little scarf. But if you can't, you give me that fancy glaive of yours.
Deal.
When she says that, or she says deal to the challenge, right?
Hmm.
Veldrin is shit, it's a second level spell, and my second level spell slots are all filled. I have enhance ability. I could have given her a boost to her athletics.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm all out of second level spell slots.
It'll be okay.
We have a lot of inspiration to burn.
Hmm.
As he stands there with crossed arms, awaiting.
Hmm.
Neovar standing in front of the other door, though.
Hmm.
Niavari, you gotta move.
I'm waiting.
Niavara!
uh,
She fall asleep.
yeah, we can move her. She's probably dealing with the travel plan.
No.
So you all hear the
Use your
thud.
inspiration.
Okay. Inspiration.
damn it.
All right, any more
You can use
inspirations?
Veldrin. You can use Veldrins.
Okay.
Anybody else want to give their inspiration to this cause?
So you could just hear just thud, thud, thud. I
We
mean,
didn't shake on
Is it
that.
locked?
No,
No.
it's if she can kick the door open
Oh no, I get
and
it.
yeah.
But is it locked?
that one is, yep,
Mm,
because they both were
mhm.
when they got to him.
Zed's gonna he's not gonna say anything, but he's gonna kind of reach his hand out and like kind of
Mhm.
tap Valorous on the shoulder
Mhm.
and just like swap spots basically.
Mhm.
But he's gonna like so that she's still behind the door. Zed's gonna attempt to unlock it, but he's gonna do it very quietly. Just try not to make any noise. Hopefully.
Feldrin will start faking a coughing fit right now so that they can't hear the lock open.
All right, give me a deception check. They literally said faking.
I have a -1 in deception.
All right.
Does 16 unlock it?
It does. And this is a hinged door, so
So, I
getting
guess Zed's
tired
gonna
out there.
look back and kind of like, I guess thieves can't sign to Niavara. Should I just open it and blast them?
I think she's asleep.
Oh shit. Okay.
Or she had to step away.
Let's see. I guess so. Yeah, Zed.
Ooh, actually.
Would this potentially add anything?
What are you trying to add? Belgian, you
Well,
can give
like
me a perception check, by the way.
if Valorous kicked
Me?
it again,
Yes, Veldrin.
Okay.
So if they kicked it again,
if Valorous now that it's unlocked, would that help at all? Maybe.
you don't know.
Okay.
Just wouldn't just need more kicking.
So yeah, just still kind of like being quiet. He'll step back and just kind of like give a nod,
Mhm.
just like an assured nod of like, ah, you go this.
She like cracks her knuckles and readies herself.
Very good.
You are lucky because for every attempt that you make, the DC goes up.
Mhm.
But that does not count towards inspiration because that is technically re-rolling a result.
Mhm.
So, with a 21, you have beat the raised DC I have set for that happening. And the door on the fourth try. Actually, what's it look like? Because this was you. Because if you think about it, right, you could describe it
Mhm.
as you with the inspiration rerolls. You could describe it as you
Mhm.
attempted multiple times, or you can say it was just one. You know, it was all one attempt because it was technically reroll, but it's just however
Mhm.
you may narratively want to describe it. But describe the effort you have to put into to get this door to come off its hinges. Not as potent as the first try, but
Mhm.
if
I
you
think
describe.
when she hears the lock, she just like walks in, just cracks her neck, and just steps up and Just a straight kick.
The door gets kicked in. It doesn't fly the full 15 feet and crush a guy. It just kind of gets. You see the hinges buckle, and the bolts get just obliterated for the most part. I wouldn't say obliterated. They're just knocked off. Splintering wood everywhere. It's not nearly as clean as the first try,
Mm-hmm.
but it worked. As the door scoots in, to basically like 5 feet down, and falls over just with the thud. And this guy and Veldrin, before the door got kicked in, you notice that this guy was like looking to his side and whispering something. You don't know what he said because it was kind of far and there was a commotion and you were coughing, but it kind of looked like he whispered something.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because there was nobody behind him. Everybody's in front of him. But yeah, the door gets kicked in.
He'll
Oh, go ahead.
Veldrin's gonna lean to Zed and similarly whisper to him. I think there are invisible people or entities, something in that room. The leads, he leaned over and whispered something to the air.
Zed's just like staring at this guy at this point when this door is open. I'm assuming that he can, that he's got eyes on the scarf potentially.
Yes,
Or
sir.
okay, so he's just locked eyes on it, and he's doing everything he can to restrain himself from not actively just trying to kill this guy. Um, and he's gonna just lean and try and whisper to Vel. It looked like he was casting a spell.
No, he was speaking to someone.
See, I do need to hydrate. All right, so the door gets kicked in. I was just waiting to see if you guys were done with that conversation. Um, the door gets kicked in, and this dude in like armor, there's a smirk and like a nod, kind of like the internet meme of the lumberjack guy who looks at the camera and just kind of looks at camera and nods like, all right. And then he looks over to his side again, and it kind of looks because everybody could see it because there's no doors left. And he looks over to his side, kind of puts his hand over his mouth so he can't like read his lips, and he whispers something to somebody because it seems like he's like leaning over and whispering as opposed to casting a spell. They're very, very distinctly different. Um, and then he just goes, "All right, yeah." He's definitely pleased with this. And then he does like a motion with his hands, and this guy scoots over here out of the way. This goblin scoots out of the way. And simultaneously, you hear what sounds like an explosion happen somewhere underground as the ground rumbles a little bit. And this man, you know, he'll meet you halfway. And then he gestures to Valorous to come over as his men step back.
Mm. and take a step inside.
Retrieve your prize. And then Valorous, feel free to give me a little wisdom. Yeah, it'd be a wisdom save. Well, it's not really. Yeah, let's do a wisdom save.
Okay.
Okay. So you definitely have to resist the urge to want to stab this guy. It is a it is a compulsion that wasn't even going through your mind, but you caught it as it kind of felt like your body was about to act without your thought,
Mm.
or as if somebody were trying to force your hand. And it's pretty apparent. Like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, it kind of looked like you're about to throw a punch or something at this guy, and he seems to take notice. What's everybody else doing? Is suddenly there's a tension in the room that was not there before.
I feel like Zed's been on edge the whole time. He's just kind of waiting for an excuse to start fighting, whether it be irrational or not.
Mm-hmm. You're waiting for somebody to throw the chair in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Why's the lighting on my end so weird? And what's Veldrin doing? What's Kozik doing?
I don't know. I've just been looking around the room, maybe, and stuff. I'll go over to see what's going on.
All right.
What's all this then?
Zed's he's not really like turned. You can see Zed's very tense. He's like kind of saying with like through gritted teeth, "That one's got a little one."
Are you sure?
And the dude that's in front of Valorous has Zed's scarf around his neck.
Well, why are we not attacking?
He might,
Awkward tension.
yeah, he might still.
Well,
And
is Valorous getting him back?
Apparently, you made a deal.
Okay.
okay. So Valorous, because you resisted, there's now an image in your head. The image of that very large demonic creature essentially wanting to eviscerate every single entity in this room. For what reason, you don't know. But it seems like it's trying to compel you. It's trying to force you. Probably against your will. Maybe not. Who knows? But it's definitely trying to force that narrative into your mind.
Mm-hmm.
There is a level of bloodlust. Does it hate them specifically? You don't really get that image. It just wants to kill something. It wants to kill someone. And what better people than just a bunch of goblins and hobgoblins in a room?
For whatever reason, I just picture Valrus like throwing the scarf to Zed.
Mm.
Oh, the doors are gone. But I just being like, close the doors. Close the doors, and it's just like 30 seconds later, doors open. It's just Valrus in the room.
So, whether you wish to act on that, I guess I'll give you a decision because you did pass the save. So you have the freedom of decision,
Mm.
but just understand that there is a beloved and treasured entity in here that might get caught in the crossfire.
I think she's just going to keep resisting it. She holds out her hand and goes, "Can I have the scarf now?"
Very well. As he does like this, like with his index finger, he just kind of does like a double tap, just like tap tap,
Mm-hmm.
and you see little one spring to life. Probably an indication that this guy knew little one's not a scarf.
Mm.
Ah, hi.
Hey, little one, this way.
What? Why?
Trust me.
Okay. And then little one just starts to fly. He's taking his time. Actually, he'll land on Valor's shoulder,
Mm.
and, and he'll turn to this hobgoblin and wave. Okay, friends. I'll be back some other time then. And the hobgoblin, as little one says this, the hobgoblin does like a nod and a bow respectfully. Yes, boss. I can see why you travel with them.
I fed him Din Din, he drank water, and then I shut him out for potty and he went pee. So you don't need to let him out again. Just let him
Okay.
sleep.
Good night, Rocket Boy.
Mm.
I hope he has good dreams.
Oh, good night, Rocket Boy.
Oh, my little sister's dog, he's getting to the end of his life.
Oh.
Oh. Sure he had a good one though.
Mm.
Oh
That's all that
yeah,
matters.
we got him when I was like 13 and I'm 27 now. And he was already an adult when we adopted him.
That one.
That's a good long life.
Good old doggo. But so yeah, little one lands on Valor's shoulder.
Mm.
Okay, friends. Maybe I'll be back one day. They get lost a lot. We
Mm.
travel a lot and anyway. And he little one's clearly like waving at like these hobgoblins and goblins.
Well,
I think Valor like almost robotically turns around and starts heading back.
And you can hear him say as you start walking away, coolest boss we ever had. Damn. Well, we collapsed the tunnels for no reason, boys. But the party's reconvened.
Zed is now reunited with his boy. We gotta get that.
I think Zed's just like a little bit perplexed at this point.
Little one probably like, I mean, he's comfortable on Valor's shoulder right now. Actually, no, he wouldn't be. He's gonna go fly on Leonard Zed's shoulder. That didn't feel good.
Veldrin, since he's right next to Zed, will smile at little one now that they are all reunited. How did they treat you while you were gone?
Well, first they thought I was a fancy scarf, and then I told them that I'm not a fancy scarf. I'm actually big and strong, and if they mess with me, I'll poison them, and they believe me. And then they made me their boss.
Impressive. And they made you their boss. How did you rule them? What did you tell them to do?
I told them that they need to definitely bring me like lots of gold, cause gold's delicious, and I told them that if anybody messes with me and tries to start something, then we poison them. And they said they know how to make poison, so
I bet they do. And while we were here, we actually found some gold. And Vildren will pull one of the gold from his pocket and give it to little one.
he like opens his mouth. And just like
And
waiting for you to
Vildren
put it
will
there.
he'll flick it into his mouth.
Meow.
You know, as pleased as I am that we were such a powerful influence on you, little one,
Uh-huh.
I think you scared your father half to death.
Oh, why's that? I was fine.
We didn't know if you were, though.
We didn't know where you were.
Oh, and you didn't get to see the note I left?
Where?
It was on the table.
It was gone.
Give me an insight check.
Vildren was there at the table.
Yeah, he's lying.
Oh, little one.
Little one, I was at the tavern where you were taken from.
Yeah, and
You
I
didn't
left a
leave a
note.
very good note.
Oh, well,
Oh
dang.
no.
But
Zed and I were very concerned. I used quite a lot of magic to help find you.
Well,
your father nearly died.
I mean, he does that a lot. I mean, it's fine. See, look at him. And like little one's just like ruffling his hair. See, his hair is fine, and I don't see any wounds on him. So he did good. Dad, nobody can beat up my
Veldrin,
dad.
Veldrin will hold up two fingers. He nearly died twice trying to find you.
I don't believe that. Look, and then he'll like pull like probably like pull a little bit of like Zed's like shirt to the side, like on the shoulder. See, no, no wounds. He's fine.
Theovar is going to try and, intimidate to, say this clearly. No, your father nearly died. He is alive because of his temerity and the fact that Veldrin and I healed him.
Ah, I get what you're saying. And then little one will turn to the hobgoblins. Hey, come here.
Oh my god.
And then they all just like immediately like scamper up like good henchmen. Yes, boss. All right. So my dad almost died. So if anybody messes with him, you guys beat them up or poison them. Yes, boss. We can definitely do that. Right, boys? And he looks at all the hobgoblins and the goblin, and they nod. All right, which one's your dad? This one right here. And they just like, I mean, the door is busted, but you guys are technically like blocking the doorway. Well, sir, from here on, you are under the protection of the Mangled Claw clan. And he does like a salute by order of the boss himself. And they all
Zed's kind of
simultaneously
like
salute.
his mouth is just kind of open slightly. Uh, and without really even saying much, he just kind of nods. Probably shift his gaze just off to his side, just one by one, to everyone, just with a look of, what the fuck is going on?
You know?
Friends in
she'll
new places.
Your little one is tenacious, stunning, amazing in terms of gathering allies.
That is true.
And all of the lessons he has been taught so far have worked out great and clearly have had no ill effects at all. Good job, little one.
I know. I know. I learned from the best. As he beams with pride and looks at the party.
Vildren will also give him a very proud smile.
Only the best to learn about poison.
Yep, I still don't know how to make it though. You guys haven't taught me that, but I know
Say that
what.
right in front of your henchmen.
It doesn't matter
Ah,
anymore. He doesn't need to leverage it against them.
Well, Zedrin, do you have a thing that he should do if he's being stolen next time or taken?
Dream.
Yeah, let us know if possible.
Oh, I have a brilliant idea. Little one, this is very serious. She, like, gestures to her mouth, her points at her own teeth. See these? These are really hurt. I want you to yell at them, and then I want you to bite them really hard. As hard as you can.
oh, what do I yell at them? What do I say?
Let me go. Don't do that. Stop.
If it happens
Those
again,
kinds of things.
and then bite them.
Okay.
You'll do so amazing.
Yep,
And
yep. Dad taught me a
by
lot.
chance, if someone does happen to take you again, and you befriend them like you've done nearly everyone you've ever met, then come back and let us know that you're all right, instead of just gallivanting around with your new friends, so that we have to come find you.
But that's what you do. And he puts on like he has the big wide-eyed, big starry-eyed like, but that's what you do, Dad.
No, if I knew that you were out having fun, I'd be more inclined to just let you go on, be about your business. But I thought you were in danger, and he's gonna kind of gesture. He's not even looking at the hobgoblins or anything anymore because he just doesn't think that they're a threat. But he's just gonna kind of gesture to him. I almost killed all your buddies without even asking questions. I didn't know you were all friends.
Well, I would have told you if you start killing them.
Well, It would have been nice to know before we had to chase you down. Anyway,
And
you're
also, I
back
mean,
now.
it wasn't even that long. It's only been like not that long, so I didn't have time to tell them that I gotta go back and see my friends. Because if
Can
you
Well, it's
remember,
too
Veldrin
you
smart for
check
your
guys,
own good.
for like how long it was since he started making the potion to when he last remembers seeing little one at the tavern?
so probably a couple hours. Because remember we determined the making a potion normally would have taken like it takes literal like days to make stuff like that, and I was like,
Yeah.
So
For the
it's
sake of
probably been
convenience, we're shortening it.
yeah, because it also seems unnecessarily punishing. I kind of get it from a we
If
spend
it was a
2 hours.
if it was a health potion, I'd get it, but it was an antidote that doesn't give you like any kind of buff.
Yeah, well, I mean it removes. The thing is, it could still remove a debuff, which some might argue is almost as good as having a buff, because a debuff like exhaustion is really hard to make up for in buff turns. But I mean, it was a makeshift potion, and it tasted horrible, and that taste is still in Zed's mouth, and he's probably gonna have to deal with it the rest of the day. And there may be some adverse effect later, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, you know, I want to make it. I want to make making things not be like, okay, well, our adventure has to stop for an entire month in game because I wanted to make a fucking I wanted to make an
Well,
iron sword.
that's the other thing too. Is
Yeah.
like the in the moment, not to derail, but in the moment, it was to help get rid of because the poison was already gone, but Zed had exhaustion. So I'm pretty sure it was to help get rid of his exhaustion. And it's like if it takes a week to make a potion that an 8-hour sleep fixes, it's also weighing those those out too.
Craft-
It's like it doesn't really make sense.
yeah. Crafting rules are some of the most punishing things in basically any gameplay system I've tried. It
They're weird.
really sucks.
I mean, it's just mechanically
But
speaking,
it's
there's a lot of
been
people that'll play the game, right? They'll kind of min-max things and be like,
hmm,
well, if we buy this chocolate for 1 silver, but then we can go out and get materials and then resell it for 2 silver. Like there are people that I've even had in games that are just like, yeah, we're gonna do that, right? So I think it's to sort of limit
yeah,
that,
like if your DM's cool and it's like, yeah, you spend 25 minutes in a gold piece making this cheap potion. It's just like, okay, well, every 25 minutes we're gonna do that. Like, no, that's not what I meant.
which they had the times I've had it happen before. Like it was a fun idea, but it was just like I can see how this could get out of control in other
Mhm.
settings because they were still role players
Mm-hmm.
and they were still heavy into the narrative, but just taking that those kind of situations aren't applicable to every group. So that's probably why they
Well,
make it so punishing and
Yeah.
just say that let the DM figure out how to simplify it, make it easier. At least we
if
have
it's
a
any
rule in.
consolation, I only have 2 gold to my name, so making that one antidote was punishment enough.
Man,
And I guess realistically too, it's been at least a couple hours
Yeah, so
since
that's what I was saying.
we left the tavern,
Yeah.
So, but
mhm.
the point little one made, I think the last thing that Zed was saying is he kind of like paused for a second, almost like like um uh a kid telling their parents and their parents just not really having a rebuttal. Just kind of like they got me. It's like it's not really been long enough for me to have come and told you that I'm fine. And Zed's just sitting back. He's like, "You're getting too smart for your own good."
He is
Anyway,
learning the excellent form of lying. Great technique, poor execution, honey.
Kozik, you said you were missing something, eh? You fellas don't have any idea about that, do you?
What's missing? We've been in here talking to the boss.
Well, I'm missing it's quite an unusual little thing. It's sort of a rod that a magic user might like to have.
So a wand. I don't think we have a wand on hand.
More of a rod, I would say.
What would a magic user need with the rod? Is it one of those immovable things, the ones you put in the sky and they just sit there? I mean, I guess I could see a magic user making use of one of the. Is it one of those collapsible ones, the ones that you well they
No,
extend? No, not.
as if the sort of a sort of badge of office, perhaps, that a field general might carry on him, or some sort of important personage.
It's like half a staff, kind of.
Right.
Okay, well, we definitely have some staves. So you want a staff that was broken in half? Yeah, we could do that.
Do you have it or do you not
sorry.
have it?
You're not
Have you got
describing.
it or have you not?
We can. Hold on. And he turns around to one of the demonic looking hobgoblins and he hands him a stick, basically a quarterstaff, and he just breaks it over his knee. Yep, there you go. Problem solved. Man, we're good at our job.
Of all of us,
I
mate.
think that you can keep that.
Of all of us, mate, he's not the one to make angry.
All right.
Did you steal his shit or not? That's what we're asking.
I didn't.
How'd you end up with little one?
Well, somebody left this really fancy looking scarf on the table in the adventurer's rest.
Who picked it up off the table?
Oh, that's probably one of my goblin boys.
Probably no, probably nothing. Who did it?
One of my goblin boys.
Okay. Fetch him.
He turns around. Kinda hard to do. As he motions towards the door and the blood splatter.
Remember how easy it was for you to solve that stick problem just a moment ago?
Yep.
Might be time for you to look for another easy solution for this one as well.
Like what?
Like go find your boy that stole our shit.
I just pointed to him. And he motions towards the door with the goblin that's dead, squished from the door.
It's the dead one.
Well, he's ain't alive anymore. Crushed him with a door.
Okay, so if he would have stolen more things, where would they have gone? To you, I presume, since that's where the scarf ended up.
Let's see. That one, yeah, he would have given it to me, and then I'd have given it to boys to go stash it somewhere. You know, keep the heat off us.
So he didn't give you anything else?
Nope, that was a real nice scarf, though. And it eventually became the boss.
Right. So
What,
instead of slapping a stick on your knee and playing coy, you might have just said, "We don't have your rod, sir."
Well, he was describing stuff, so I was going down the list of everything he described. We didn't have him. And we want to be helpful. Man, being a shady business, man, people just don't seem to trust us at all, right, boys? even when we're being completely truthful and wanting to be helpful.
Oh yeah, what a shame.
Well, I guess the best thing from maybe we can just retrace our steps before we leave this place. But well, whatever.
And it's almost like a light bulb finally goes off in his head. Wait a minute, you think we're the only ones who steal things in this city?
No,
Actually, that's kind of an honor,
I was
right? You know what, boys, I
was
like this. He
making
turns around
no,
and,
no,
and just
boss,
starts saying
no,
that.
no, don't even
They start shaking
even
hands
give
and high
yourself-
fiving.
stop it. Zed's like smacking their hands, like trying to stop them from high-fiving and stuff. No, that's not what we were saying. I was alleviating you from who. Oh, you know what? Fuck this. Zed just kind of scoffs and he like,
Little
let's go find your raw mate.
little one waves. Okay, see you next time. I might be back. Maybe, I don't know. They're just locked in bro mode, high fiving each other, congratulate each other. They all stop and turn and salute to little one, then go back to like being like, "Yeah, we're badasses." And then you probably get the idea of how little one was able to make his way to the top so quickly.
Well, all right then. All right then.
As the group is filtering their way out, because I assume that like after Zed is like, fuck this, he's kind of making his way away from the group. Veldrin will put a hand on Valoris's shoulder.
Mm.
I appreciate that you gave the non-lethal option a try. It doesn't bring me joy to kill. And I was glad that we were able to get through this mostly without bloodshed.
Yeah. It would have been sad to see them all.
It looks like they're mostly okay. Just a bit misguided.
So Zed starts walking out.
Yeah,
We'll just kind of
he
scooch
walks over
him
to
like,
Kozik and is kind of like, where are we going? Let's go find this.
I was just getting a generic feel for
Yeah,
who was
just getting
where
some
kind of
space.
thing.
You know, the one thing that sticks with me, what the fuck did I see earlier?
When
Much earlier at this point. The thing that looked like a dragon. Or a dragonborn.
could have been something that they sent into the tunnels. Could be in one of the rooms that we haven't looked at.
I'm fine with not knowing.
Oh,
Sometimes you quit when you're ahead. Or when you're ahead and have only 2 spell slots left and no enchantment divinities.
Niahara using terms like spell slots and spell levels is very funny. Because in universe there would be like no
Well, I don't.
concept of those things.
Well, I'm sure like there'd be some. They would exist in like some
Mana?
form, right? It
Mana?
was absolutely nothing left to me. The ability to
Mana?
cast. Yeah, but like the term's not natively mentioned anywhere in D&D terms, right?
it's
So
a
how would a
rough
character
translation.
understand it?
It's like a Star Trek and how like you can hear everything in like English because it's just sort of translate the common through their little communicators.
Yeah.
Even though
Like
they're like, yeah.
spell slots and spell levels and everything are the words that we use to explain something that would be called by something else in universe.
Yes.
Oh, and the hobgoblin pokes his head out the door. By the way, you probably don't want to go over there near those piles of automatons. They'll spring to life and try to murder you. Anyway, back to congratulating ourselves on being such great thieves. Yeah, and you hear, I mean, you see it because the doors are gone, but they're going back to celebrating.
Veldrin figured as much about the automatons.
Oh. Well, that is good to know for sure. So let's just go back to the inn and go to bed. How about that? We get dinner and go the fuck to bed. All in favor.
Sounds good.
Hmm, I'm agreeable.
Like maybe the tavern has a lost and found.
And also, Veldrin, when you put your shoulder on Valoris' shoulder, it's unnaturally cold.
Hmm.
Well, some answers we'll never know.
And some you'll have right
Hard to
now.
find out later.
And basically, Valoris,
Hmm.
hold on, let me. Some some words ring true in your mind. And at those words, you feel as if a connection has been broken.
I think she stands up like a little bit taller now. Shakes off that.
And you also have no more drive to murder. Anyway,
Mhm.
whatever that means, with the sounds of high fiving and celebration in the background as you guys are walking your way out, exhausted, beaten, bruised, almost dead, and then risen multiple times. And let's see, are there any rooms you didn't go into? And probably a couple of mysteries that have been left unsolved. That's where we will wrap up.
Nice. That was
Awesome.
fun.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
great.
And Kozik finally discovered the thing that was missing.
I have something missing from my inventory, but I remember it's either Niavara or Zed has Veldrin's manacles.
Yeah, Zed has them.
I mean, I was already going to use that perfume that one time, and it's like, yeah, you don't have that. It's like, hey, what? But yeah, I guess I did not know when this thing was taken from me, but
We gotta
Safe to
find our
say,
stuff.
it all happened in game historically.
We all gotta find our stuff. And to be completely honest, Zed's just gonna start going to steal shit from other people now. You've let him off the leash at this point. Not you as the DM, but I mean like these townsfolk that keep stealing shit from us.
Yeah.
He hasn't stolen
yeah,
anything
true nature.
in a long time. In too long.
I am
And again,
finally amidst
he's
my
stolen from.
people.
Yeah, right. Getting that itch. I'm gonna go. No, Zed's gonna go tattletale to Scar.
I mean, he does love information.
Yeah, and there's a reason he got his name. So
Alrighty.
Yeah, nice. And now we have some protection too, right? Well, another gang.
yep, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
are they the kind of ally that would be useful to you, or are they so incompetent that they'll get in your way? That's the real question.
Yes.
And I will say, you silvery barbing that crit was a wise decision. And the reason might not be for what you think, but it would have gone horribly.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I thought about it, and
I didn't want
yeah,
to I didn't
it
want to
worked out.
make you lean in any other direction, but I was like, this is your options.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean it all worked out. Um, and I was not expecting it to work out that way.
I don't think anybody did. I am glad it did work out that
Yeah.
way because, like I said, if you didn't get rid of that nat 20 on the hit on you, that very well could have changed things immensely, and not in your favor.
Oh yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I will catch you all next time.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
All right.
I should be back by next week. I might the road.
All right. So, with that being said, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. It has been, sorry, it's been fun. Had a nice, intense little session there, and then the twist at the end. Because what gang is gonna be like, man, we have ourselves a true dragon here right now. What the fuck? And it's talking to us? Oh yeah, that's our boss. Oh, did I hit the right? What? Oh, weird. Anyway, like I said, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. So we do this every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we do over on Twitch TV/cubed222 for inquiring minds, and we usually start at about 7:40 Pacific. We usually go about 3 hours. Sometimes we go over. Pretty rarely we go under. Um, and yeah, that was neat. But until next time, and the next time is tomorrow, i.e., Wednesday, which we go back to our normal scheduled programming, 6 o'clock Pacific, and we do a variety of games, and yeah, so feel free to drop by. Don't be a stranger. But with that, stay good to yourselves, stay good to others. Try your best to keep an open mind, because you never know when another perspective is very much needed. But until next time, party on, party off, party away. Farewell.